to what extent would you say you cook healthy?
I cook healthy. To what extent? You know what? I'd have to say 50%. 50%, even though we don't advertise that we cook healthy, which we think kind of backfires. But if you look at Fishtail, our seafood restaurant, that would be our healthiest menu from a calorie count standpoint and the lack of fat. Fish that's unadorned, lots of raw bar, lots of sushi. So I'd say that would be our healthiest one. Down in steakhouses, obviously, it's hard to put a healthy fat steak on the menu, but portion control, keeping side dishes cleaner and the salads. So I'd say Fishtail is healthier. We're about to improve our menu at David Burke Bloomingdale's to do healthier sandwiches. It's a sandwich concept, burgers, but we're trying to come up with sandwiches where the bread is very minimal and the fillings aren't as thick. Like carpaccio sandwiches with lettuces and stronger herbs instead of lots of cheeses and stuff like that. So that it's always on our mind. And we do a lot more broth soups than bisques. And people seem to, especially when they travel, the Asian-style soups, like wonton soup or a Thai-style soup that has lots of stuff in it, and like main course style, we're really starting to plug into that.
Okay, and what are some of your favorite go-to healthy foods?
My healthy foods, I like lettuce. I pick on lettuce. Grapes, I always keep grapes in my freezer. And I use them sometimes for ice cubes. When I want water at home, I have very little food at home. I have crackers, I eat some cheeses, very minimal quantities at home, soy milk, sometimes cereal. But when I eat out, I try to stay away from bread. We eat a lot. I'm a chef. I have to eat all the time. And I have a sweet tooth, so I take 2 bites of dessert now, 2 or 3, and I push it away. Or I try to get like a petit four plate. But as far as grapes, I always think because they fill you up and they're tasty. So I keep them frozen, and I use them as ice cubes. And as I'm drinking my water, I'll eat them. And or I'll just snack on grapes. I can bring grapes up to bed if I'm watching TV before bed instead of eating. And I eat late at night. This is like 12, 1 in the morning.
And what advice would you give to people who are cooking at home?
When you cook at home, think about the end result, what you're trying to do. And even in the restaurant, I saw a guy cooking a lobster the other day. He must have 4 ounces of butter in the pan. You don't need that much fat when you cook at home. Also, use if you're cooking for one, use a toaster oven. Just broil things. To turn on your whole oven to like cook a chicken breast or 2 pieces of fish or to melt cheese on some toaster oven. And you can always poach. People don't. They think poaching is weird, but you put a skillet down with a little bit of water or stock or apple juice or find something liquid in your house. Make tea and use tea and poach chicken breast and use that little bit of liquid. You put a lid on it. Use that to turn that into a sauce with olive oil and squeeze a lemon. It's not that It's not that hard. You've got to be adventurous.
That you are. So to what or to whom do you attribute most of your success to?
To who do I attribute my success? What? I'd say hard work, curiosity, lots of mentors and people that have helped me along the way, and also right time, right place. I started cooking 30 years ago when it was really not a popular sport, and the passion behind it and the fuel behind some of American chefs and European chefs is, and the country itself has found itself very interested and accepting of what chefs and restaurateurs really do. And so the wave over the last 30 years has been tremendous, the food, television, etc. So that has something to do with my media, being in New York City and getting exposure. And, experimentation. I've always been one to try to bend the rules a little bit. And when you break rules, you seem to get a little more attention.
That's very true. And what would you say is a good flavor booster for a lot of the meals that you prepare that doesn't have a lot of calories?
Flavor boosters, anything that's got heat in it usually is flavor and acid. The lemon zest, lemon, chili peppers, garlic, ginger, those type of ingredients. Mint is a good one also. And if you're going to use sugar or sweet like honey or just use it in anything sweet and heat really works well together. Don't use so much of it. Paint it on, melt down some molasses and add spices and paint that on a chicken breast. So you're getting some of that sweet and you're getting the heat. Sweet and heat I like, it's a good combo. And then you throw some acid in there, lime juice, vinegars, things like that. There's also caramelized onions are a very good carrier of flavor. And you can caramelize onions without any fat or very little, just brown them up. So condiments are something you'll see a lot more and they're very healthy because they're made chutneys and relishes made without fat. They add a lot of flavor to a simple piece of grilled fish, salmon, all that. And we're actually working on a concept where we're going to make a dozen different condiments and relishes and jar them ourselves. And when you order something simply grilled, you get your choice of these accoutrements and stuff like that. So instead of putting butter sauces and glaze sauce and cream sauce, you use a room temp condiment and you get your choice, like a tray. So similar to like bottled sauces and stuff like that.
Very cool. I've been hearing a lot about kale. Can you think of any other healthy eating trends right now?
Yeah, kale seems to be like veg of the day. Yeah. Fried kale, which is not, I guess it's still on the healthy side because it doesn't absorb as much fat. But kale is one of those things that's been on the sidelines for years. It's finally, it's finally become sexy.
What would you say is sexy now?
Well, Brussels sprouts work. Kale is, quinoa is sexy. Now beets have been sexy for a long time. I'm waiting for salsify to become sexy. Salsify, it's a little hard to prepare at home, but beans are going to be sexier too. Carrots are sexy. Go figure.
Cool.
Peas and carrots, they're going to be sexy.
Well, I think a lot of people would say that you're sexy and that you have a great big fan base out there. Would you mind giving a quick little shout out to Kurriosity?
Kurriosity.com. Go to that website, check it out. They're on to something very big. Thank you.